evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Sangeet, and it is with great excitement that I welcome you all here tonight for the grand opening of my new art gallery. I am truly honoured that you have chosen to click on this video and that you will be joining me for my very first virtual tour of my exhibition. Just quickly before we proceed with tonight's events, I just wanted to quickly thank our sponsors for the evening. Thank you so much to my parents for kindly donating me a wall of their house to be the temporary home of this art exhibition. Alrighty, now without further ado, let's open this baby up. I suppose as the main artist on show, I shall do the honours. Alright. Now, if you'd just like to follow me, I'll show you the first of our three-part exhibition for the night. Now, this first section here is called The Beginning, because this is the start of something new. I've never shared my art publicly before, so as I embark on this brand new journey, I could not think of anything more fitting than titling this The Beginning. All three of these pieces do have a dark and angsty element, if you will. Now at the heart of this section, and quite honestly looking very much like two ventricles of a heart coming together, you know, if you rip a heart in two maybe, yeah, then maybe this resembles a heart in some way. Now this was painted in my Year 7 art class. We were instructed to pick a holiday or a celebration, choose a photograph that embodies said holiday, and then edit it a tiny bit, note the use of the word tiny, and then paint it. Now, actually, I would love for you to comment down below and guess what holiday you think I chose. Yeah, I picked St. Patrick's Day. You know when someone photoshops their Instagram photo, but they keep it pretty natural, you know, make the sky a little bluer. Yeah, I did that and then went 10 steps over. I gave the original photograph a nose job, implants, and stabbed it in the heart a million times so that it was absolutely beyond recognition, and Photoshop gave me something that looked like this. Now the painting itself, it isn't the worst, which is way more than I can say for this next piece we've got here. Now I created this one at about the age of 60. It's pretty evident that I was going through a rough time, and I decided to express my pain through art, like literally. It says painting, but like a pun, so pain and then ting. Yeah, you know how I love my puns, right? Honestly, just looking at this thing makes me feel pain, and not because it stirs up awful emotions, no. I don't even remember what I was upset about, probably just the fact that I had to wake up early for school the next day. No, this is painful because it's a sore sight for the eyes. If beauty is actually in the eye of the beholder, then let me tell you, I might not have 20/20 vision, but I am the beholder and I'm seeing no beauty here. Honestly, disgusting. Let's move on. The final piece we've got here. Now stylistically, this piece here is quite similar to our second piece over there. We have a poor excuse for raindrops, and then the word rain, all caps. Even I knew this was a terrible excuse for raindrops, clearly, because I've labelled it rain if it wasn't obvious enough, which I think says a lot, honestly. You know what? I think we need to move on. Alright, so as we go along this way, you will see our next that is not our next piece, actually. That is a window. Apparently it's a permanent fixture or something. I asked my dad and he said that I wasn't allowed to remove it for the sake of this exhibition. So just bear with me for a second, we're gonna make a quick jump cut to our next section. Alrighty, now that we're on the other side of the window, welcome to the second element of tonight's exhibition. Now I like to call this section the middle. Not just because it's the chronological center of our three-piece exhibition tonight, but also because it was initially meant to be the center of the exhibition spatially. That is, if not for the window. Now our first piece is a lovely beach setting. You know, you've got the sand, the water, the horizon line, the sky. The execution, poor. That blending, honestly, I have no clue what it is. It's a semi-abstract beach, I'd say. Now our next piece here is quite an interesting one. I wanted to capture all the elements, but I also wanted to portray the imbalance that's present in this world. As you can see, I've done that by painting the 4 symbols for the elements. So we've got fire, we've got the wind, it looks more like waves, so that's okay. We've got a leaf for earth because I didn't know how to draw a realistic rock. And we've got a water droplet here to represent water, even though it looks more like a contact lens. So how I've chosen to portray the earlier mentioned imbalance in the world is with what seems like a messy, unintentionally done a lot of squiggles. However, this is very intentional, let me tell you. Each curl and each squiggle was placed with care, the colours picked with great caution. The next way I chose to really make this disequilibrium obvious was through this text. Under the fire element, I've written down water. Under wind, we have earth. Under earth, we have written wind. And finally, we have labelled water as fire. I wanted to portray not only the imbalance, but also the misinterpretation of everything in this world. Furthermore, I think it's a really beautiful point about how opposites attract. Okay, I need to stop. I need to stop, that's really, it sucks, okay? We can agree on that. Right next to that, we have this sweet little bird. Now, I'd love for you to just focus in on its eye. There's just so much raw emotion that I've been able to capture there. Now, if you take a closer look, as you move around, the eye actually follows you around. Which I believe is quite reminiscent of the Mona Lisa, so they are practically twins. Right here you can see where I have forgotten to rub out the pencil sketch I initially made. The wing I painted isn't even remotely close to the line, so I don't know what happened there. Anyways, I just want to interpret this really quickly for you, so I don't want to read too deep into things, but I am the artiste and I know what story I intended whilst painting this, so just want to make sure you know this bird embodies so much. Now, the tilt of this little bird's head upwards in a position of alleged pride, standing tall on its 2 feet, beak up in the air, seemingly proud of itself. Up itself even. Yet when you take a closer look at its eye, you see this certain element of fear that's present, a nervousness. I think this bird is really just a metaphor for how we all try to seem one way on the exterior, but deep down we're all scared. Now this bird in specific is scared, looking forward, looking at the future, looking towards the end. And yes, you guys, that is a segue to the next section of our exhibition for the night. You guessed it, it's called The End. Alrighty, so we have reached the end. Not the end of the video, the exhibition called End. Now, so exciting. This has to be one of my most favorite pieces. And that's why I have chosen to only include this singular piece for this part of the exhibition. I just think it's such a standalone piece, you know? How I achieved this look was through the medium of crayon on a scrap piece of butcher's paper. Now I chose this medium because the wax of the crayon gives this piece a glossy, high-end feel. However, to the eye, and also in terms of how it felt performing the artistry, the use of crayon was intended to be a source of nostalgia. You know what, I'm sorry, I can't be serious about this. Like, okay, we gotta roast this. Oh my god, okay. Look, the colours I'm down for. We love a good rainbow. I love all the colours. Colour placement, that sort of thing, you know. In my head it was a lot cooler, execution-wise, not so much. I'm not sure why cool and dope were in there, but I guess I think I'm cool and dope, or I did at the time. You know what, Gamer Gal though? Gamer Gal, I mean, we all know I am the gamer gal, so that makes sense. The S. It's the backwards S for me. Alright, well I'm going to wrap this exhibition up there because that's all the blue tack I had to stick these up. However, I do have like a ton of pieces of art, a few really hilarious ones that I have not included, and I'm kind of regretting that choice. So let me know if you do want to see a part 2 because I would absolutely love to share my embarrassing art with you. We could name this series something like From Home to the National Gallery, or From Home to the Louvre. Alright, I'm going to stop it there. Hope you folks had a lovely artsy evening. Alright, cool. Bye.